My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is May 20th, 2024. It is 1 a.m. and this is video number 2. Video number 1 is on our port of pure service. There were some Invictus things I wanted to highlight and I covered that. And there's some tweets that I left last time I was recording. I didn't touch and then I added some more. So I will be tackling this first and then I'll go over some of these. Okay, hopefully I don't take more than an hour. Okay, so this is the back end. 4,197 subscribers. New subscribers welcome. I have another channel, actually 2 other channels. The one that I just did, video number 1, our port of pure service, that focuses on work that Harry and Meghan do. Let's say for Invictus things, I will talk about it. If for instance Meghan is talking about American Orchard, specifically the thing that they're doing, that's where I will put them, those content. But any gossips, things like that will be here, especially the Derangers type of things that the squad are talking about will be here. Headlines will be here. But on Pure YTE, which is my main channel, I want to keep that a bit more mellow. It will be gossips about, you know, whatever the squad are talking about in terms of Meghan and Harry's work. Okay, discussion, things, you know, the squad usually bring random topic to talk about. So they will be there. Okay, so that's that. All right, so this is the numbers, analytics. Let's see here. 1,793 views in the last 48 hours. And this is the estimate revenue. All right, so let's go on Twitter. So this is the first tweet. I had this on my list for a while, but the last time I recorded, I didn't get a chance to tackle it because I don't know. I think I was running out of time, or was it because my son had his communion? Okay, whatever it is, but let's get going. The racism and hypocrisy in the video below should be a wake-up call to anyone of African Black descent defending the UK racist behavior. Okay, she tagged 2 people. So there's that here. There's the thumbs up. Who is that? I thought it was one of the person she tagged. So let's go into it. Pause it. All of you Nigerian simping for the British royal family, hope you can hear for yourselves what they think about you. So let's see here. Abuja, Nigeria, Queen Elizabeth II of England left, that's her here, and Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo reviewed the honor guard upon her arrival at Nnamdi Azikiwe, sorry if I pronounce name wrong, International Airport in Abuja, Nigeria, 03 December 2003. Okay, so there's the photos and information. Okay, so that Chuck and the wife.
They want to be adored and...
Okay, so this is the video. I feel like I reviewed this video, or maybe did I listen to it? Okay, it's 2 minutes and 35 seconds. That will be a screenshot, okay?
They want to be adored and, you know, idolized as they tour African countries, fine. But they are treading on very, you'll know this, on very, very difficult ground.
But how do they know Harry and Meghan wants to be adored? How do they know? Because Harry and Meghan are focusing on helping people. Meghan, before even meeting Harry, was doing the exact same thing. Travel to Africa, do different things, you know, creating wells, take those kids' pictures or drawing, I should say, auction it, and then send the money back for them to do the thing. So what is these people are talking about? How do you know what someone is thinking? The amount of time these people are focusing on criticizing Harry and Meghan, why don't they do something like this for the people in the UK? Oh my Lord, God help us.
Very tense ground. The royal family doesn't just go, do you know what, where should we go for a tour? How about Australia? Let's go. Oh, yeah, we'll go there tomorrow. These tours are planned years in advance, and the countries that
But Nigeria invited them. They invited, maybe the time that they made the announcement to the public that they're gonna go to Nigeria, maybe this is after everything have been finalized. Who knows how long they've been talking about it? And then Harry probably suggested, or Meghan said, I need this, I need that, I cannot come without security, Okay, maybe they were back and forth and stuff going on for a very long time. But once the thing is done, that's when they made it public and we are aware. So this is the thing. You don't have access to how they operate in the back. Oh my Lord. So since he said the royal family tour, when they go to another country, it usually takes years in advance to prepare for this stuff. So it crossed my mind while I was listening to it for like the fourth time or something. And I was thinking, okay, some of the royal tours that William and Kate done, then they think this was a bad idea. Look at the screen where he stood up when he went to Jamaica, stood up on that Range Rover, and another place that they went, they had those people carrying them around. Then they think this is a bad idea. Okay, so if they plan this stuff years ahead, so they know what's gonna come first, second, and third, then they think this is a bad idea. But then again, this is the brand, this is their brand, this is how they want to make the world see them. So it is what it is.
royals honour with their visits are very carefully chosen. And I'll tell you this, you'll know this, Michael, you've been on enough royal tours, there's no way our royal family would set foot in Nigeria, a country where female
Yeah, I did cover this. I remember listening to this. This is why I read the previous screenshots, because Charles and the Queen have Queen Elizabeth, that is, have gone over there already. But my God.
Genital mutilation is rife, where women's rights basically don't exist, where hundreds of kids are regularly kidnapped by extremist Islamic groups. This is not a country that should be endorsed by anyone, certainly not our royal family. And these two neophytes, they're naive in what they're doing. They're making this country look good when it doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, I remember going over. They're making the country look good, the UK that is, but Harry don't deserve it. Oh my goodness. He said they, so Harry and Meghan.
I couldn't tell you the number of royal tours I've been on, and what you say is absolutely right. You know, Nigeria, the Foreign Office and the American State Department both say it's a dangerous destination, you must not go there. It vies with Johannesburg in South Africa to be the murder capital of the continent. And you and I know that in that country there's industrial scale boiler rooms of people who are ripping off people around the world, internet fraud, wholesale internet fraud, defrauding old.
I'm not saying much anymore because I covered this, and I remember putting information about Charles taking cash of money and all of that. So all of the things that they're saying here are full-blown BS.
Ladies stealing identities, and none of that is ever prosecuted. Now, as we know, there he is on his polo.
Stealing identities, yet this one I didn't mention on my previous recording of this, is that, what is it? I think it's Shout. Okay, you have people calling in thinking they're getting some help or people listening to their problem, yet Shout is giving those information or has given those information to a for-profit thing, when it should have been kept secret within the organization. And that was after Harry left, and then I think William was left responsible for that particular thing. Shout.
The pony playing. in favour of one of his African charities. As we know, Prince Harry came back and said this country was not...
That African charity he's talking about is Center Bali, okay? He didn't even mention it. Center Bali is the African charity Harry created with Prince Yoso for Center Bali.
Not safe enough for him. He took his father's government.
I mean, the name of it is Center Bali, but it covers different countries in Africa.
Government court over it. Eventually, a judge slapped him down and said he couldn't have a permission to appeal. Otherwise, he would have appealed. Now, he's gone to that...
Okay, what he's talking about here is about Harry's security. After William and Charles pushed, I think mostly William, pushed him out as working royals. Okay, this is how we are aware that it was them who pushed them out, because the narrative that they were going with is that Harry left. Okay, and Harry didn't give that much information prior to that.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
Is due to court documents. We are aware what went on, and then later on we know, we knew of Spare, where Harry discussed about the Sandringham Summit.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
But the narrative that they were going with is that Harry left. But meanwhile, they were making it impossible for him to stay, take his security, make life a living hell for him. Okay, so all of this play a whole part of it.
Country there, where it's an extremely dangerous place. He had, admittedly, 4 burly bodyguards with him, but how he can maintain that the level of armed protection for him when he's in this country, and when we saw him here last week, he had very, very adequate protection.
Okay, this is baggage for God. Okay, but they said the truth. Don't worry, it will soon get to your doorstep. Okay, let's see here. Harry and Meghan, Nigeria have toxic British media spinning hate lies. Charles and Camilla visit Nigeria in 2018. William and Kate wanted to tour Australia in 2020, and they turned them down. Jamaica is on the list of unsafe countries to travel to, and William and Kate went. Right, sound familiar to me? I'm not gonna read this. Alright, sound familiar to me? Isn't that the same thing the UK is doing to other countries? As far as I know, King Harry and Queen Meghan are back safely in Montecito, California. The UK is unsafe for the Sussexes at this time. Don't judge if you don't want to be judged. Yeah, because what is it? how do they call this, investigator who was saying people who have been prosecuted for, putting threat on Meghan's life. So the UK is not safe for them. This is, but anyway. So now that he said that when Harry was in the UK to celebrate the 10th year anniversary of the Invictus, they provide security. I did see the police line up between the barricade and the crowd. But the thing that they're trying to show Harry is that if you come back, we will give you security. This is the message they're trying to send to Harry. You come back without your wife and children, we'll give you security. And Harry saying, my wife, my children deserve security as well. So that's the message that, he's trying to convey to Harry. Okay? I did see the police protection between the barricades and all of that. But this is someone who is married. I mean, the institution, they don't care about anyone who is not blood, especially if it's a woman. And then you add woman of color is another whammy to that as well. Okay? They don't care about Meghan. They want Harry to come back so they could abuse, take this, I don't know. I was going to say spotlight away from William, but William wanted the spotlight. This is one of many reasons why William kicked Harry out. But they want Harry to be the scapegoat for William because William is a freaking robot. He cannot interact with people in a way that is somewhat humane. I don't know. Since Harry left, what has happened to William? Every time they show him, he's like a freaking robot. People look at him weird and all sort of things. So they want Harry to come back. We'll give you security, which is what you want, but leave your wife and children alone back in the US. They don't want them. All right. So Harry's saying, my wife, my children, they get all of that. Or you don't have me at all at this point. But they had already pushed Harry out. But anyway, let's get back to the original recording. Let me read what's there and then move on. These media trolls are willing to denigrate a couple going about their business, doing good, and an entire country of 220 million people just because they are bitter. The cornerstone that they rejected is thriving. I added Edward to the list of royals who had visited Nigeria before, 3 days in February 2020. I don't follow them, so I will not know any of this. To all Nigerian black folks that support royal family and abuse Meghan thinking they care about y'all, I hope y'all are happy now. This is not about Harry and Meghan. It's about how they don't raise our African black countries. If we don't unite now to let these racist folks know enough is enough then. What is it? There's, I don't think I've shared his information that much. There's one African leader that is speaking out, telling for the African countries to unite, and there was an assassination attempt on his life. Okay, so they do not want the continent of Africa to unite it. They want division amongst the countries within Africa. That way they could come in and pillage the place and do what needs to be done to benefit them. Okay, it seems like they don't want any place on earth for black and brown people to stay in a place of tranquility, of peace, or nothing. They want them to be suffering, don't have any place to go. All right, this is a baggage for God. This is a baggage for God to deal with because this is impossible. But yet they don't want who keeps on going out of space. I don't know why these racist people don't just go out of space and stay there. Because they don't want any other people around them. So go out of space and stay there. Okay, let me read this and continue. Right, countries the royal family choose to honor with their presence. If that's their attitude going in, no wonder they always fail. Harry and Meghan said over and over that it was a privilege to be there. The current king and queen went to Nigeria in 2018. These racists are insufferable. Pretty sure Camilla's son was there the week before Harry and Meghan. Yeah, I think I highlighted. Was it before? I thought it was during when Harry and Meghan were there. I wonder why he went then, if it was before. To surveillance the area? See if he could get access some information? because these people, all they want is to sabotage. Next tweet. Asking everyone to write to King Charles complaining about the Nigeria trip and asking for Harry's role to be more clearly defined to prevent any future attempts at undermining the working royals. Don't think she realizes that Harry can go where he wants and do what he wants. I don't know, these people are freaking lunatic. I shared this on my community board. Okay, so that's the person here. What did she write? You can write to His Majesty at the following address. So there's that here. If you wish to write a formal letter, you can open with Sir and close the letter with the form, I have the honor to be Sir, Your Majesty, humble and obedient servant. This must be a parody. I don't understand. So there's me here. I forgot I responded to it. As she suggests, taking it to dumb King Charles III and dumber heir D&D. Luckily, Harry had the court reviewed the exit plan of said D&D, Dumb and Dumber. Otherwise, if Harry did not have the court reviewed it, it would not be public. Guess what will have happened? Dumb and Dumber will have modified the document to fit current status. Okay, that's so damn bad. Another word is that if Harry did not go to court, okay, like I was saying in the previous tweet with the video, where William pushed Harry out, because if Harry did not go to court and reveal what was said in those Sandringham documents, we will not know. So now that it's out, it's confirmed in court, because once it's in court, it's illegal and documented and it's made public. People already know what, if there is any false about the thing, this is where it's sorted out. So everything was clear, plain and simple, sorted out. So we know what the Sandringham Summit was about. So if it did not go to court, it was not to the public knowledge, then Charles or William could have easily go and modify it. And then point finger at Harry saying Harry is a liar. Okay? But now since it's already in the public domain and the court have reviewed it, so it's legal, it stays, and then it stays for the record. Okay, Sonia described the visit as undermining working royals. Really? The Invictus Game is growing exponentially. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Nigeria was the first African country, not the last, to join the said games. Very soon, there will be more countries from all over the world. Oh my God. That's a freaking essay. Okay. Where was it here? Very soon there will be more countries from all four corners of the earth that will want their vets to participate in these awesome games and will feel honored to be asked to join. More of these countries that join the Invictus Game will very likely send invitation to the Sussexes like Nigeria did. Nigeria was just the first of many. That's what I said in one comment during the visit. And I was like, this is not the last. There will be more of those type of visit to come. Okay, Sonia, and I think I said that South Korea might be the next one. Sonia needs to realize that countries are free to honor the presence of Harry and Meghan as they so wish. What does Sonia Patterson want our king to do? 1. Ban all these countries with their vets from inviting Harry and Meghan to their country following their acceptance into the Invictus Games for fear of undermining working royals. Or 2. Provide outlines to these countries on how they must welcome Harry and Meghan into their country and how this visit must be executed with their money to fear of undermining working royals. I don't know. The thinking of these people is ridiculous. Because the thing is that if, for instance, countries were mistreating Harry and Meghan, mock them, and they will be fine with it. But because these countries are showing Harry and Meghan respect and understanding, they don't like that. Look how they're treating Harry. They want the other countries to do the same. But instead, what they're showing the world how vile they are. Okay? Sure, that will boost diplomatic relations between Britain and those countries. Not, there's the rolling eye. And you hear that guy from that video was saying that they're making the country look good, that Harry and Meghan don't deserve something. I forgot how he put it.
Neophytes, they're naive in what they're doing. They're making this country look good when it doesn't deserve it.
Britain is no longer an empire and cannot dictate to nations what they are allowed to do or not do with their money and their country for however long, for fear of undermining working royals. And then the thing is that these people, the left behinders, they have the same freedom to do exactly what Harry and Meghan are doing. But you see the route that they're going. They're not on the same page. Where Harry and Meghan are more open-minded. They are willing to accept people. They attract a vast majority. But the racist royal family are attracting a very few. So the rest of the non-racist, which is much more than the racist one, don't like that. So they don't want to applaud mediocre, the royal family. Okay, let's continue. Sadly, some haters will see Sonia tweet X as sound advice coming from someone deemed to be doing the king and our country Britain a huge favor and bombard Buckingham Palace with their hate-filled letters or suggestions. Okay, hopefully King Charles III and his advisors will see beyond all of the potential political quagmire that may be created from actioning Sonia's suggestion and wisely ignore her well-meaning logic. There's that. Sonia, if you read this, please remember, the Invictus Game is about honoring wounded vets, and if countries choose to honor the founder of the Invictus Game and his wife as a thank you, please accept this with grace and move on. Thank you. Why she meant overshadow. That's the reason why the old English bench hate so much Harry and Meghan. They are loved everywhere they go, opposite to Willie and Katie, and UK youth also love them. As Harry said, they are willing to destroy them to try to make others likable. It will never work. Okay, thank you. It will indeed never work in the mighty name of Yahshua HaMashiach. Okay, what is that? Is that God? God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Amen. Okay, so that's a different language. All right, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. This is another one that I had and never touched. Okay, so there's that here. I didn't think anything about Prince William concerning Thomas Kingston's death until all of the media started emphasizing that William was not involved. It was out of nowhere. Nobody will put one and one together, but I think that the papers were trying to tell us something, that William has something to do with it, without saying William has something to do, because there's no way anybody will put this together. Okay, but let's continue. Until all of British media started emphasizing that William was not involved, their emphatic denial or what made me go, okay, tell me more. I guess I'm listening. In 40 years, when the history books are being written, what do you think they will say happened with Kate Middleton, Thomas Kingston, and Prince William? And I think the story, allegedly, that was being said is that this is a three-way thing that was going on. No, oh my God, the triangle of this. Allegedly, again, allegedly, it was said that, I don't know, that was the thing that was said. I probably won't even put it. And then once he found out about, he got pissed. And then that's where everything went haywire. You can't see her anymore. This one is dead. My goodness, I'm seeing a flash. You know what? Let me leave this alone and let me read some of the comments. This just makes sense. Hopefully the truth. Okay, exactly sound a lot like, quote, we're very much not a racist family, or which has led to my mother's paranoia. Okay, so there's that. Let me leave that alone because I will say too much. Probably half of the thing that I say here, I'm probably gonna remove. Alright, next tweet. Damn. Alright, so this is a video that was going on a while and then I added, and now I'm finally covering it. Let's see here. What were they saying about Nigeria again? Okay, so that's a retweet. and it seems like there's more to it. Let me read this and then I'm done with this side. Okay, they said Nigeria is violent but dangerous, but Harry and Meghan went back home safely after touring that country, there's the love here, to promote IG and highlighting Nigeria's cultural beauty, its contribution to our larger society, our global society to which we all belong. The thing is that they really want, okay, Africa, no matter which part of Africa, unless if they have control of that particular country, they really want Africa to not have some form of tourism, for people to go and see for themselves how some part of Africa is not what it seems. Because the narrative that they want the world to know is Africa is poor, Africa is this, Africa is that. I need to look for that video. There's this guy who was talking, saying that Africa, certain part of Africa, should not be poor at all. The amount of natural resources. Let me go look for it. I didn't plan on sharing it, but before I review this, let me go look for it. That's not what I was looking for, but this is the guy they're trying to assassinate. He's been saying he wants every African countries to unite. Okay, there has been another assassination attempt to Abraham Thior. Okay, I probably pronounced his name wrong. President of Burkina Faso. Your comment on this, alright? Because he's for peace. He wants his continent to be in peace, but the outside world don't want that. Because the narrative, the plan that they have for the world to move forward, because they've been at it for a very long time. Okay? Africa to stay poor and in need, and they want to control of the entire continent. But this guy who's saying he wants to unite the country, they don't want that. Okay? Look what happened to the president of Iran or something. Alright? So that's not what I'm looking for, but since I saw it, I thought I brought it up. This is another post about him again. Captain Ibrahim Traore, the last name I can pronounce. Traore, I don't know. The president of Burkina Faso has reiterated that British, alongside with France, are the biggest player causing problems in Nigeria and entire Africa. Urge other Africa presidents to stand for what is right. Okay, your comment on this. Alright, so this is the thing that he's putting out there, and then they're trying to get rid of him. And then the other day, I showed you a whole bunch of French troops somewhere in Africa. Why? I don't know. Okay, and you hear the rhetoric that's going on in UK about that Nigeria. So he's telling the truth. Alright, so again, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a video that was talking about how Africa, I forgot which country in Africa that he was making reference to, that has a lot of natural resources that, the developed world use to build different things and stuff like that. So that's the video I'm looking for. Wow, I'm going through, it should not be that far off because I saw it like a couple of days ago. I can't see it. Let me look someplace else. I think I'm gonna leave it alone because I cannot find it, but this is something that's worth sharing. This is the continent of Africa, different countries. This is some of the things you find within the continent with their respective countries. This is why they want chaos in Africa. So they could come in and take all of these stuff: coffee, tea, gold, copper, crude oil, gold, oil, crude oil, all of this. This continent should have been the richest in the world. But, the evil mind. But let me leave that alone because I cannot find what I was really thinking about. Alright, so where was I? Okay, so I needed to review this. So let's listen to it. Breaking: people have been told to boil their drinking water after 22 cases of waterborne disease were confirmed in southwest England. Okay, so there's that here, 1 minute and 21 seconds. So I think the reason why the squad were tweeting this is because the negativity that they were saying about Nigeria and all of that. But yet this is what's happening in your homeland. That's what it is.
News. The UK Health Security Agency in the southwest says it's working with Torbay Council, South West Water, NHS Devon and the Environment Agency to investigate 22 confirmed cases of cryptosporidium, which is a diarrhea illness. And South West Water have now issued a boil water notice for residents in Brixham. So if you live in Brixham and the Alston and Hill Head areas, you're being told you must boil your water before drinking it following these cryptosporidium test results.
I mean, what did they expect? At some point, the sewage that they were letting, I shared this with you guys. I don't know which channel, probably on Pure YTE, where they literally let sewage go into without treating it first. Okay, go to the areas where people sometimes go swim and all of that. I mean, at some point it will infiltrate into your drinking water. I really don't know the thinking behind this, even though these people are trying to break to save money or and things like that, but they live there too. At some point, I mean, I understand you could buy the water, how do you call this, bottled water, but eventually if it doesn't, I mean, I know UK rains a lot, but if things are not contained in a clean and way, at some point it will return to you. I don't understand why these people don't think logically. Everything is about money. Water is actually more important than money. Because without water, you can't survive. I understand the money is used is a material thing you could use for exchange goods and services. But let's say if I have water, I have a great amount of water, but you have a lot of money. And then now you want the water that I have and you want to give me money. If I say I don't want your money, how are you going to get the water? So this is why I keep on telling people, water, these natural things, food, water, air, these are the most important things, but people seem to forget about all the basics. They cherish money like it's food and water and air. But anyway, let's continue.
They say that they're issuing it as a precaution. They found small traces of the organism overnight and this morning. They're going to send a set of bottled water stations in the area to help people in that area. And if people are on a priority service, they'll have the water delivered. South West Water are saying that the data shows that the treated water leaving their treatment works was not contaminated, but 22 people have now come down with diarrhea-like symptoms, and they are expecting more people to come forward. And they don't know the cause of it. So customers in that area, especially the Alston and Hillhead area of Brixham, are being told not to drink your tap water, boil it, and there is going to be bottled water provided in those areas as well. We'll bring you more on this as we get any more information from South West Water on what's happened here.
Yeah. So that was the only reason I think the squad were sharing this. Let's see here, they voted for that. There's this here, Brexit. Because, you know, they want to make their own rules. And ever since the Brexit, they eliminate all sort of things. Before, that's from someone outside, okay? These were some of the things that I was reading. When I was really following a lot of political stuff about the UK and all of that I saw through secondhand. I do not live in the UK. So after the Brexit, a lot of regulation that were set in place, they removed them. It was benefiting the business people, but not the little people. You have untreated water released to, you know, places where people go swim and all of that. That was very disgusting. And I don't even want to think about it. You know what? There's this. Let's leave that alone. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so there's that here. Let this sink in. The royal visit a country and their visit is forgotten as soon as their plane takes off. On the other hand, when Harry and Meghan visit, Their trip is talked about glowingly for weeks afterward. Furthermore, they leave a lasting impact through new partnership. Okay. The Office of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Thank you, Nigeria, May 2024. That should have been, I guess at some point I will go on their website. Okay. It's gotten them shook. Liz, John, King Charles, and William give Harry and Meghan the best anniversary gift they could imagine. Welcome the firm's biggest asset back into the fold. What? Oh, I mean, these people, they're living in a delusional world. Someone literally put this out there? Oh my God. Nope, nope, hell no. My goodness. Okay, you best believe they have started writing to all the South African schools and sports hub to get those kids out there when he goes for Earth Flap. Oh, that's why he's supposed to go to South Africa. Hence all the slur and outrage. The others with all their money and titles have no draw, no value, no presence, no impact. With all their titles, they serve no presence. Yeah, I mean, they cherish their money. That's all it is. Okay, let me even show you guys. I was at my brother's house yesterday and some group of friends came to visit him. My brother, as a typical Nigerian, don't have time for British royalty, but somehow Prince Harry's dedication to Invictus won his heart and he and his friend wish. UK should give Nigeria their artifact back, over 50 in total, on view at museum in London, which was stolen. After this, that's a beautiful photo of them. There's that, exactly. They don't just show up all empty-handed, ego-driven with framed photo of themselves. They built a basketball court and work with Nigerian government for a huge injured veteran facility. Also, this man's face. Oh my God, and have a good manner to say thank you. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, Harry and Meghan to say thank you for the warm welcome. Oh my God, I wonder how their plane, the airplane going back to the US was with all of those gifts. Okay, so these are some of the noise the UK was making. We knew it was going to arrive at some point, and here is the attack piece about a Nigerian person who was pictured with Harry and Meghan. What this does show is Doria Ragland did not go to prison because the Mail will have done a 50-page pull-out supplement about it by now. Okay, so it seems like this guy is a very rich guy in Africa, and Harry and Meghan use his plane to travel, different places that they were going. The royal treatment. Meghan and Prince Harry were flown around Nigeria for free by airline whose chairman is a fugitive wanted in the US over $20 million money laundering operation. And how is that Harry's fault or Meghan's fault? My goodness. The disclaimer. There is no suggestion that either Harry or Meghan were aware of Onyema's history before they met him. Like I was just saying, I didn't even see this. Wait till they find out about King of England's brother and what he gets up and how he refuses to cooperate with FBI. There's all of this. Toxic British media forget about who live in glass palaces, then Prince Charles and cash for honor and suitcases filled with cash from Saudis and Qataris, Prince Andrew with underage sex and sex trafficking, Epstein, Maxwell, and Weinstein in and out of BP. The list goes on. There's all of that. I cover some of these. British media needs to look at their own royal family. There's that here. Getting money from Osama bin Laden family. You could pause and read. I cover many of these before. And there's that here. Prince Charles accepted carry bag full of cash as a charity donation from Qatar ex-prime minister, claims Sunday Times. Okay, for what? Why do you get a bag full of cash? I don't know why. Actually, because giving, you see, all those hardworking men and women in the UK gather information, risk their lives, do all this espionage thing to keep the country safe, but these guys are just, okay, that's all it is, I think. Because why would you get a bag full of cash? So that's an ad. There's all of this here. Okay, Daily Mail, Mail Online called Daily Fail, and the UK liberalist circles are continuing their slander and hate on Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, Nigerian. And in this screenshot, Fly Airpiece boss are only collateral damage. Okay, what is that? Oh, so these are the things that they were talking about. Okay, how Harry and Meghan were welcomed to Nigeria by fugitive. Okay, the same headline that I just read. Gather their information. Oh my goodness. Nearly 40% of dirty money is laundered in London and UK Crown dependencies. Deputy Foreign Secretary urges Cayman and British Virgin Islands to implement UK law requiring public registers of funds. Nearly 40% of the dirty money in the world is going through City of London and other Crown dependencies, the UK Deputy Foreign Secretary has said. There it is here. Alright, so there's that. There's more here, but these people are hypocrite. Next tweet. Okay, so there's all of this. They should worry about their own scandals. This is another one here. Prince Charles' cash for honor scandal grows with fresh allegation. Prince reportedly met at least 9 times with William Broderick, an alleged fixer at heart of the claim. That was back in 2021. I covered that. What is it? Then he tried... No, that was something else where he was trying to blame Harry for it. And no, that's a different story. Okay, Prince Charles gave £2 million in cash and bags by Qatari politician, according to report. Yet nobody's asking why. For why? What was the reason for all of that? Meanwhile, you're still taking money from the taxpayers' money. My God. Prince Charles accepted money from Bin Laden bags of cash. Alright, so there's all of that. It's up to the UK. Laura Carlin, the chief investigative report for Daily Mail, is stupid, foolish, and raving mad. So because of the, the hood for Harry and Meghan, you have a tag chief Alan Onyema, CEO of APTS, as refugee rubbish. Okay, I don't know anything about this, but these are nonsense that these people are spreading. Trying to, I don't know. This is ridiculous. Okay, I hope he sues them. At least the world can now see them for exactly who they are. The royal family is 100% complicit. Okay, it's part of the tactic against Harry and Meghan and everyone in their orbit. There's all of that. Whew. Okay, so it's rubbish. Let's do my last one. So much to read, I just don't want to waste any time on them. Alright, so there's that here. Women of West African ancestry are so beautiful. The skin are always glowing, the melanin popping, the dressing impeccable, and the smile are always so bright, especially when they meet the eyes Eden made. Alright, so there's all of that. That was, yeah, they all look so beautiful. Yep, the teeth are white, and I believe this is a princess right here. Meghan is a princess, but the one next to her. That's that. There they are here. Look at the smile on all of their faces. Oh my God, every time I see this picture, I don't know why, I keep on thinking of the Oscar selfie picture of Ellen DeGeneres with some other actors. There's that. This lady bottom here, I forgot her name. That actress who played in a different world. I forgot her name. She reminds me of her. If I see her picture, I'll put it. Okay, let's read some of the comment. And their teeth are straight, bright, and white. All of them are so gorgeous. And their inner beauty shines too as well. So there's me here. All of them. Okay, I totally agree. Oh, my sister. Alright, so there's all of that. I need to do some research, find some family. There's all of this. So different part of the world. Flags. Mesoamerican and Indian. Not sure what the flag is for that. X. These ladies are stunning. I don't know your name, but your eyes and Meghan, yours are beautiful too. Amen to that. Gorgeous, all of them. Stunning, all absolutely stunning. So beautiful at all ages. I love it. Okay, so that's that. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna do another video to cover the on PYTE. This will be the first tweet for the next one. All right, so that's that. All right, so that's it. For prayer for this video is baggage for God. All right, so the left behinders, all they need, leave them to God. That's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better